Oops, good morning, guys. It has been a really rough morning, to say the least. So I woke up with extreme pain in my legs. It comes and goes. The real pain comes and goes. Now, I finally got to where I was able to get out of bed and go shower. I was going to get ready for work, and then I realized, nope, this pain's not going away. Now, those of you who follow me know all the issues that I have with my legs. I have degenerative arthritis in my legs. I have neuropathy, extreme neuropathy, where I'm on, I take a medication for it 3 times a day, a very strong dose. I also have something going on with my sciatic nerve that's causing pain in my legs, and I have RLS, which is restless leg syndrome. So, I haven't had a really bad flare, I want to say in about maybe a month. But today was really bad. So, I decided I'm going to try to go see a doctor. Well, my primary care physician is at Bradley Urgent Care, and they do not take self-pay. Well, they take self-pay if you're uninsured, but because at the moment I am in between insurances, and the one insurance I had before was really good, and I got spoiled on it. So, they suggested that I go see the Cleveland Family Healthcare. I have to look, wait a minute. It's called, yeah, Cleveland Family Healthcare Center over on 5th Street. So, I called the office and let them know that I'm going to have to go see a different doctor. And so I'm going to go here in about 30 minutes and go pick up my medical records from my primary care physician. Because I don't have a list of my medications that I'm on, and then this way the new doctor will have all the information. Now, this new Cleveland Family Care Center, they go based on your income. So I'm going to go there first. But the problem with that is they just informed me they do not have any appointments to be seen, and they're not a walk-in clinic like Bradley Urgent Care said they were. So I am not going to be able to go see my doctor or my new doctor, until the 21st. And it's funny because one of the girls that I used to work with when I first moved back to Cleveland at it's Whirlpool now, but it was Maytag customer service. She's one of the I want to say, no, she's not a primary care physician. She's a nurse practitioner, which to me is, I think nurse practitioners are more thorough than doctors. That's been my experience. But anyway, so she's one there. It's really cool because she was in medical school, in nursing school, when we were going there together. And then I had to, I have a grasshopper on my windshield. I had to drop out of the program when we first moved back to Tennessee because of the issues with my marriage. But she got to continue, which was really cool. So then she went on to get her, she just kept on going. She's like right close to getting her doctorate, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not going to say her name on here. We're friends on Facebook, but anyway, she's a very sweet woman. I won't say girl, she's younger than me, but she's a woman. You know, anybody over 30 to me is a woman, so even if they're younger than me. So that's where I'm at. I can't go see the doctor. So I'm going to wait here about 10:30 and go pick up my medical records. And I guess go on into work. So I'll be back on here later. Sorry about that, guys. I went and picked up my medical records. I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer on a Friday, So obviously I'm still swollen, but this is from tears from my pain. Some of my friends that watch my videos know what I'm talking about. But again, it's called Young 40 Mom Raw, and this is me. You're going to get to see sides of me that are very vulnerable. You'll see sides of me that are very strong. I'm holding my face because my head hurts on top of everything else. And I'm driving. I should not be driving. And this is, for Tennessee, this is no tax weekend for schools. So yeah. I'm going to head home. I'm going to lay down. I got my medical records. And it was really sweet. She asked me, she said, were they able to see you? Did you get in? And I said, well, they can't see me now. But they can see me on the 21st, which is in 3 weeks. 3 weeks from today. That's the soonest they could see me. She suggested that I go to the ER. I may have already said this. I don't know. I've been voice texting to my boss and one of my co-workers, Miss Brandy. Hey, Brandy. I don't know if Brandy watches this or not. She gets caught up in her own life situations, but anyway, so I'm headed back to the house. Mandy Matson is so used to this that she doesn't even ask if I'm okay anymore. She just, no, Mom's not feeling good. Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to take some over-the-counter medication and see if that will help subside. I'm having cramping in the bottom parts of my butt cheeks. It started yesterday, and I thought it was because of the chair that I was sitting in at the time, because it seems to hurt it, but I think that might have just aggravated it. My doctor had said before that they think there's something going on with my sciatic. They couldn't find anything on the x-ray, so they want me to get an MRI. Well, the copay on the MRI was $500 up front, which y'all know I'm a single parent without a degree. I do have some college under my belt, about 1.5 years, but I never finished going down my driveway. But anyway, so I just wanted to get on here and apologize, but then again, I also wanted to let you guys know to remember that this is Young 40 Mom Raw, so this is me in the raw. Today is a raw day, unfortunately. Oh, they got the baby cows out. Oh, the little babies. I like it when they let baby cows out. They let the mamas nurse here, which is nice. Which means they're beef cattle. So I used to not have a problem with that because they are range free. But anyway, so yes, I'm gonna stop here. My eyelids are heavy. I just tried to call Matson to see if she's awake, but anyway, all right. I may hop on here later. This may be a late video, or I may just throw in another montage like I did. But anyway, all right. So I'm going to leave you guys for now, and I will keep you posted. Hey guys, so I laid down, I'm going to say about 2:30, and I woke up about 7. Or rather, I fell asleep about 2:30 and woke up about 7. And it's almost 11 o'clock at night now. Laying down helped. I don't hurt as bad. I took some Tylenol PM, which is why it knocked me out. And that's what I needed. I needed my legs to rest horizontally, not in a bent sit-down form or in a stand-up form with the pressure. I needed it just to be level. I find that when I lay on my stomach or kind of cocked over on my stomach, it seems to relieve the pressure and it helps, which is why the doctor thinks that it might be tied in with my sciatic, on top of everything else that's going on with them. But anyway, I wanted to hop on here to complete today's video. Excuse me. I don't know if I mentioned this before. I'll have to look and see about it. Don't get to go to the doctor till the 21st unless I want to go to the emergency room. I don't think it warranted me going to the emergency room because I was able to control it with over-the-counter medication. It just knocks me out and I can't function. So Sunday I have to go get some clothes for Maddie for school, and she wants to get her hair cut, so I should hopefully be okay by then, because I will have had enough rest and laid down enough to where I should be able to handle that, no problem. And if that's the case, then I'll be able to go back to functioning again. Just gonna make 3 weights. I'm picking fuzzies off of my project. She had me fill out the form so that she could do online classes for this semester. She's concerned about social anxiety and being around getting infected, but I think with the social anxiety, the main reason why a lot of kids have it now is because they do everything online. They don't interact like we did when we were kids. I mean, we got out with the neighborhood kids and played kickball and rode our bikes and, went walking up and down the streets just for fun. I mean, no kids don't do that anymore unless they're involved in some kind of program. So, and I think that's mostly my fault, mostly being an older parent and a single parent and not being able to physically do things with her that you normally would if you were younger. So she's at a disadvantage because of that, and it weighs heavy on me sometimes. So, but anyway, my tablet in there is dingling, going off. Just want to say goodnight, and hope you guys have a blessed day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Good morning, guys. Starting a new week, and it is Monday. I am leaving the house about 10 minutes earlier than I normally do. So I am going to go treat myself to a little breakfast. Y'all know I gotta put on my gloves, or it's tragic. My lips will crack and bleed. Another warm day today. My brakes sound like they're grinding, but then again, when they get wet, they get kind of weird. Okay. Oh, car doesn't want to go. Oh my gosh, the grooves. I hope you guys had a good weekend. I'm going to have to look at my tires and see if they're flat. Because if they're flat, then... Ugh. And of course, my mailbox lid is open with wet mail. I'll be right back. So as predicted, my mail was soaking wet. Kills me. I just don't get it. Anyway... So now what happens is we had a storm come through here last night. It was pretty intense. The lights flickered on and off a few times, and I'm going to cut my hair on. That's terrible. The lights flickered a couple times on and off, and I didn't think about it, but it didn't change the time on my clock, which is nice. But then again, I have 3 alarms that go off in the morning. I have my watch alarm, I have my phone alarm, and then I have my electrical alarm. Because I want to make sure that I'm not not late for work. So anyway, with mail. I'm expecting something in the mail from the health, from Department of Human Services and the Health Department, but Department of Human Services, because they offered, sorry, in my windshield, they offered, and almost, I think all states are doing it, so you guys might want to check into it, because I think some states are going till the 31st of July. My cutoff in Tennessee was the 29th of June. And what you could do is, since your child was home for the 3 months that they would have gone to school and gotten school lunches and breakfast, it's called the Pandemic EBT Relief, or Pandemic Relief EBT, one of the two. You can find it on your Department of Human Services.gov or Tennessee.gov. I think you can find it there. But if your child got reduced lunches, or you were under a certain income, or you got free lunches, they would send you an EBT food card for the 3 months that they didn't go to school. There's a school bus now. That's weird. Our school's not in session yet. But anyway, so I got approved, and I got an email saying I was approved on the 11th of July. Well, today's the 27th. So I'm kind of wondering, it's been over 2 weeks. I'm kind of wondering if it got lost in the mail. But I think it was great that the school bus was coming by at the school bus stops Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays during that time to drop off lunches. Now, here's the thing, poor Maddie. Here's the thing with Maddie. I'm going in the opposite direction. Here's the thing with Maddie. Okay, you know, we went vegan, and I told her she had an option. She didn't have to go vegan if she didn't want to. I mean, that was totally up to her. I'm trying to get... Oh, good grief. I can't see. That's not good. I'm trying to get... sorry, guys. I can't see out my windshield this morning. It's fogging up for some reason. Anyway, so I went vegan in September, and I've had a few cheat days, which is not good because it doesn't help. Because the whole point is to get the fat out of your blood cells so that the glucose can go in. And if you're still putting fat in your blood cells, which would be oils and cheeses, if you're still eating them, your body stores them. Especially if you already have excess of it. So that's the reason why I'm not losing as rapidly as I should be. And my sugars are still, they're better, but they're still unstable. But with Maddie, I did it for health reasons. So she found out about the whole meat thing. She will not eat meat again, I don't think. After watching some of the documentaries that I've watched, she won't eat meat again. But she will eat cheese on a pizza. I gotta get that fog to unfog in my car. She will eat cheese on a pizza. Or she'll have a macaroni and cheese, or she'll have not chicken Alfredo, but just Alfredo sauce. That's on the outside. Dang it. Sorry. sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm trying so hard to get it to normalize and not be so foggy. So anyway. So, I got a feeling I'm going to be late for work. She wasn't eating lunches at school. And I'm like, Maddie, they have options. You can eat. Just don't eat the meat. Oh, I know what it is. Okay, all the teachers are going to the school. They're having orientation in middle school today. So they may be having orientation at the high school. Their orientation in middle school, though, is going to be... interesting. Yeah, they're doing something at the high school. Their orientation in middle school is going to be online today. But anyway, so... she wouldn't go to the bus line during this time to pick up sack lunches. And I mean, I left stuff, I made stuff for her and had stuff for her every day for lunch. And she's learned how to cook ramen, so I let her do that about once a week as a treat. But no, she won't eat the lunches, so I said, do you want me to start packing you a lunch? I said, but you know it's going to be fruits and vegetables and nuts and stuff like that. And she said, I know. I said, okay. I said, you can't throw it away. You got to eat it. Okay. She's changed her tastes in as far as what vegetables she will eat now, which is why I give her smoothies just about every day, because I can get her greens and her probiotics, and I can get 2 or 3 servings of fruit. She'll eat fruit, but I can, I can sneak in some kale or some carrots or some butternut squash or something like that. I can sneak all that in there in her smoothie, and she'll drink it. So at least she's getting it that way, and I'm making her take a multivitamin on top of that, which is something that I have run out of. I gotta get those. Anyway. So my point being is, other than the mailman situation, you guys already know what's going on with that. There's no point in rehashing it. I've had 2 videos on it. I've got to take the time to go take care of that. Oh, my word. Alright, I'm going to pause you for a moment. Alright, so I ordered my Beyond Sausage Biscuit, which is a cheat because number 1, it has oils, and number 2, I'm sure they use buttermilk in their biscuit batter. That's what I'm talking about. This is where the cheat stuff comes in. Yeah, I gotta quit that. So we're just waiting, and I'm sure they're looking out the window thinking she's talking to herself in her car. So I got to tell you guys about that sweater pattern I made. Apparently somebody else did a similar pattern, and she wanted to know if I followed her, if I saw her tutorial, and that's what I made it from. And actually I didn't. Y'all know I made it up, but hers is very similar. Instead of the 5 spaces across, she's doing the 10 spaces across as well. And the difference is I added more rows to the bottom and an edge, and I did the sleeves and the neck different, and I did the top different, but she thought that it was her pattern. No. Just the same stitch. She even did her front panel different from mine, and her back panel different from mine. Mine are exactly the same in length. But there's nobody behind me. That's why they're not asking me to pull up. Normally they ask me to pull up because it takes a while to cook it. But anyway, I felt like I needed to defend myself because we just so happen to use the same stitch. It's a free stitch. And somebody just pulled up behind me, so they're going to ask me to move. Wait for it. Wait for it. Because they have to get it out of the freezer and actually cook it. Their other biscuits, you know, they usually have them pre-made. They have them ready. Mine's hot and fresh. Not pre-made, but, you know, they can kind of judge how many sausage biscuits or whatever they need to make in the mornings. So most people don't have to wait for their food. We're about to see. And it's funny because she had on a mask, but she pulled her mask down to talk to me. Those of you who don't know, I got a call yesterday morning. Somebody close to me has got this COVID virus. So those of you who do pray, please pray for my person. I can't divulge who and what and what relation or whatever, but because I'm sure they would not want anybody to know. But they are isolated, alone, on the other side of the country. And it's at the beginning stages, so I'm worried. So what did I do with my wet mail when I got it out of the mailbox just now? Now y'all know the inside of my mailbox is now going to be like a sauna if it gets hot. If it rains again, of course it won't get wetter, but it's still wet. So I imagine I'll come home to more wet mail today.
There you go, sweetheart.
Thank you. You too. Oh, look at there. I was not asked to move up. That really surprises me. I did it a little bit quicker than I normally do. It takes about 5 minutes for them to cook it. My guess is they probably put it in the microwave to unthaw it. Oh shit, I could have gone. Oh, sorry guys. Didn't mean to say the S word. I could have gone again. This guy is just sitting there with his turn signal on. I don't know if he's gonna... He's just sitting there. He's still just sitting there. He just now turned. I don't understand the idiots. I don't understand stupid people. Ugh. It's like, why? Why are you just sitting there? You could have got twice. Anyway. It's all good. It's Monday. It's Monday. I got 6 minutes to get to work. And I gotta go through traffic. Yay. But y'all, I could have made myself a bagel, but I'm burnt out on bagels. I don't want no bagel. I could have made myself some oatmeal. I'm really getting burnt out on oatmeal. I suppose I could make my oatmeal patties, because I'll never get tired of those. I can eat those like crazy. I don't put oil in my oatmeal patty batter. It's like a burger when it comes out. It's really good. You can put walnuts in it. I think that's what my aunt used to do. Put walnuts in it. I put egg replacer. I don't have any milk though. I don't have any soy milk or almond milk, and that's what you would do to make it creamy. But you fry them up in a pan. I would have to use my nonstick pan. And normally you would cook them in a little bit of oil, but don't want to do that because I'm trying to cut out and cut back on the oils, right? Oh my goodness, it's gonna be a long day. I already know. It's gonna be a long day. And I've been air frying potatoes lately. Cut back on the oil. Now your body does need good fats, good oils, just in moderation and natural form, like an avocado or nuts, seeds. That's your natural oils. Your processed oils would be your olive oil and your avocado oil and your sunflower oil and any vegetable oil, canola oil. They're pressed from olives and avocados and nuts and seeds. So when I say healthy fats, I mean the actual whole form, not the processed pressed form, because number one, it's higher in calories. Number two, it clogs your arteries. Now, when you get to the point to where you are okay health-wise, you know, it doesn't hurt to use that stuff in moderation. But if you get used to cooking without it or not having it, why go back? Because I don't have it very often, these things are so oily. I can feel it. I can taste it. It's going to tear up my gut. So I guess you could say today's a mini cheat day because I don't plan on cheating later. I can't get my spring rolls from my Hibachi Express anymore, even though they're vegetable. They use so much oil. They deep fry them. I don't know. Yeah. They've torn my stomach up the last 2 times. I can't have them. Now when I get my takeout at Dynasty, which is the, yeah, it's almost done. It's 1 minute till. I mean, 5 minutes late. I go to Dynasty. They, I get the fried potatoes and the green beans and the vegetable medley and the steamed rice. And my treat is I get the breaded zucchini. Now, that is fried. Dang it. Well, this bites. Here, I thought I was doing really good, leaving the house at a decent time. We're allowed a 15-minute leeway in the morning, as long as we don't abuse it. It takes me 12 minutes to get to work. It used to take me 20 minutes to get to work from my other job to my other job. And it's at a car. So I had an extra 10 minutes, which is why I decided to go get breakfast. No, that didn't work. Anyway. hope you guys have a good day today. And I hope that you, of course, now a lot of you watch this, and sometimes I don't get it up till late at night. A lot of you watch this at night or the next day. I have gotten to where people's poor choices in life used to bother me because these were my friends. But now I've gotten to the point where, you know what? I can't control how you live your life. I can't be concerned how you live your life anymore, because if I do, I'll go crazy. It's something that I cannot do anything about. The only thing I can do is voice my opinion. And when that goes in one ear and out the other, and I sound like a broken record, there's no point. There's no point. I wash my hands. I wash my hands on the people in my life that make poor choices. Because they're going to have to face the consequences and deal with the aftermath of what they've decided to do. And waste time in their life what is it? The definition of crazy is doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results. Yep. That would be it. I have a couple friends like that. Nothing's gonna change. Oh, sure, it'd be okay for a minute or two. But nothing's gonna change. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You gotta make it right for you. No, y'all don't know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who you are that I'm talking about. And there's nothing I can do about it. Oh, look, there's a sheriff. He's gonna see me talking to myself and go, oh, she's crazy, let's go pull her over. No. I am hands-free. I am not touching my phone. You guys are on my windshield. That reminds me of that song. I can't get it out of my head. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. I don't understand how I gotta learn that song. I love it. It's so cute. Sometimes you're just a fool in love. Anyways. I got a feeling I'm gonna have to save this for later because it's gonna be hot. It's not too hot. I was telling a friend of mine yesterday that what makes meat taste so good is the seasoning you put on it. So if you could find something that has the same seasoning and texture of the meat that you like in a healthier form, why would you not do it? I mean, why would you not do it? So, and the reason why I say this is because I found a recipe that it's a chicken cutlet and it tastes and feels like chicken. It's so good. But anyway, and it's a vegan form. So no animals are being harmed. No bloody, grisly things are having to be cooked. It's safe to be it's safe to cook because it doesn't have any you don't have to worry about health properties because of the, you know, you can't leave chicken out on the counter for long, you know, whereas you can leave vegetables out, and you can leave fruit out on your counter, but you can't leave a piece of chicken or a steak or something like that out on your counter like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't just hang out. But anyway, even if it's cooked, because it goes bad fast. It has a certain amount of time property. Anyway, the reason why I say that is because this Beyond sausage, the flavoring they've got spot on. Beyond Meats are amazing. And if anybody were to eat this who ate regular sausage, they would swear this was meat. That's how good the seasonings are and the texture is on this. Now, good morning, guys. I'm on my way to work. Don't have to worry. I shouldn't have to worry about any traffic today. According to my daughter, she had texted me after I got through filming while I was still in the waiting in line. I ended up sitting in traffic for an hour and a half. We were barely moving. My daughter texted me and she said, because I told her, I said, go ahead and fix yourself something to eat because I don't know how long it's going to be. And it ended up being another hour. There was a head-on collision. I don't know if anybody got hurt or anything. I haven't had a chance to look it up. Honestly, I was just glad to be home. And then my daughter hit me with, what does the Bible say about men being with men? She said that she was told that it was not men being with men shouldn't be with men, but men shouldn't be with boys. So I said, well, if you want to go by the Bible in biblical sense, here are the texts that you need to look at. And we had talked about sodomy and Sodom and Gomorrah and Lot, and the reason why God decided to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, this is all biblical. And so, according to the definition of sodomy, Webster's, is it Webster's? Sodomy is considered anything that is not procreation. And so I was trying to explain that to her. I said, it doesn't matter if it's men on men, men on boys, boys on girls, girls on boys, men on women. The definition of sodomy is the same. And I said that I know that on military bases, they just don't enforce the laws, but there is a law, and I think it's still the law in Tennessee, that if you are caught doing fellatio, that you can go to jail. You can be officially charged. Military bases are like that. If someone wanted to pursue it, they could. It's a law, and it would be enforced. But nobody enforces it because nowadays almost everybody does it. So, and I'm not going to use the actual term because I don't want to offend anybody, and I don't, just in case I have underaged kids watching my channel. I've got it marked as no, it's not for kids, but because most of the stuff I talk about is adult content. So I was so tired when I got home, I wanted to take a nap. That was my point. I wanted to take a nap, but I didn't get to because she had me, I had to pull out the Bible and dig stuff up. I said, well, if you want to know, look for yourself. Here, look. I said, now this is the biblical content. This is the Christian belief. you can decide for yourself what you believe. So then we got into a discussion, and I don't know how this happened, about early age sex. And it's not that she's interested. She was wanting to know about pedophilia. Apparently her and her friends have been talking about this kind of stuff. And she's 13 and she's curious, and I get that, and I need to address these things, and I want to make sure she understands. So then we reverted back to, you know, when people first came to this country, and how women, little girls who were 11, 12, 13 years old, got married and worked on the farms or plantations back in the, you know, early 1900s, late 1800s. We came to America. And she said, but isn't that considered pedophilia? And I'm like, it wasn't back then. I said, it was the normal, that if you were a girl and you started your menstrual cycle, you were old enough to get married and have children. I said, that's why you have your menstrual cycle. I said, but times are different now than they were back then. And I started giving her scenarios. And I said, now do you think that you would be ready? She goes, no. And I said, of course not. But they were, because of the environment and the way they were raised. I said, most women almost hardly ever had education back then when they were on the homesteads. Fathers would endow their daughters very young to a local rancher or farmer, or a businessman, or, you know, and, you know, make a deal with them. And then back then, you know, they asked for hands in marriage. I said, things are so different now. And I said, nowadays, you know, I said, you want your education, you want to be able to stand on your own, because men aren't the same either, or boys are not the same as they were back then. So we got into more detail about that, and I was like, okay, now my brain is just turning, because I want to make sure she understands the lifestyle back then. I said, and then the women, I said, you know, they would, from the time they were raised, they were working in the fields, gardens, or the cattle, or the house, or, you know, making sure that, you know, their local cow was milked so that they could, you know, churn butter, and they make their own bread. I said, nobody does that anymore. And if they do, they're considered an artisan. You know, if anybody, because nobody has the time. And things are totally different. I told her that. I told her about the prohibition, how women had to go back to work when the Depression came through. You know, it's just so families could survive, especially during the war. But explaining all this stuff to her was, she was like a sponge. She's just soaking it all in, which is great. And I'm hoping that she will get curious enough to want to do her own research on this. Not just go by my word. Go check it out. And I said, no, you're going to learn about, you know, in history about that kind of stuff. But she's like, well, I'm not ready to go out in the world. She says, they don't teach you how to do, you know, how to be an adult. And I said, well, that's what high school's for. I said, in high school, because she thinks that she's just going to be dumped out in society. I said, in high school, I said, you're going to, you know, economics. You take economics. It's a required class, or I believe it's still a required class. I said, you will learn how to balance a checkbook. Of course, now a lot of stuff's done online nowadays, so you'll learn how to probably do it online. So you learn how to balance a checkbook. You learn how to create a budget. You learn how to write a resume to go out into the workforce. You learn how to apply for, you know, college applications. I said, they teach you all that stuff. They prepare you to go out into the world. Now, high schools today mostly prepare you to go out to college. And then colleges usually have an introduction course that you have to take as a new student. I said, now, some colleges are different. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been. But you will learn all this stuff. I said, slow down, honey. You are only 13. That stuff's going to come in time. I said, you will finish your high school, get your education, get your college degree. You know, your daddy's going to make sure. He's already promised me that you don't have anything to worry about, that it's going to be taken care of. I said, plus, we live in Tennessee. You automatically are awarded, if you go to school in Tennessee, 2 years with the Hope Scholarship, which means she gets 2 years of college paid for, especially if she goes like a local state college and lives at home. She can get, you know, an associate's anyway, and then maybe if she wants to go on and get her bachelor's or her master's, whatever. But so then she said, well, I don't even know what I want to be. She said, some of my friends already know what they want to do. And I said, you've got plenty of time. I said, that's another reason why high school is the way it is. I said, you can learn, and they'll give you opportunities. They have job fairs, and you can go to different people and ask them different questions, and you can learn what it is that you think you might want to do. I said, I thought I wanted to be a teacher. I did want to be a teacher. I said, and then I thought I wanted to be a nurse. I said, I got into the nursing program in college. I said, there's just all kinds of things that you may not even think about doing. She said, well, can I be a gamer? I just want to be a gamer. You're 13. This is why I got to get that kid out of the house, so that she can have opportunities and ideas of what she wants to do and who she wants to be and where she wants to go. But anyway, yeah, so needless to say, I just laid there. By the time I laid down, it was real late, because I didn't get home till almost 7:30. So by the time I got home, I laid down, and I was just thinking out loud in my head, and I should have gotten on camera with you guys. But anyway, yeah, it was interesting, to say the least. So much going on. All right, so we're here at work. Brandy's car's still here, like she never left. Oh, all right, guys. I will talk to you guys later. Hey, guys. So I am in the bed. It's early. It's 9:15. I am playing my fishdom game, and I just wanted to say goodbye, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you guys have a restful night and sleep good, and I will see you tomorrow. Your chin. I'm playing with Ramsey. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.